Hi there, welcome back. Welcome to a bit of my day. I'm still getting used to saying 2024, so that's why I'm saying it, to get my brain around this. Another year older. Oh my goodness. Another year, what is it? Another rotation around the sun? Anyhow, I've been working on, you can see some stitching here. Obviously, I need to play around with my tension, but this will do the job. I've been working on the bookkeeping book, and I did find Harry Rice. I did find him. He lived in my town, and he owned a hardware store in town. And I guess that's why he needed to learn bookkeeping to run his hardware store. So anyhow, I've been working on my books. My eyes have been sore, so I just do a bit of work. And then I've also been addicted to, I just discovered The Morning Show, that series on Apple with Jennifer Aniston and oh, what's her name? She's so cute. Reese Witherspoon. There we go. I knew it would come to me sooner or later. Anyhow, I've been addicted to that, and I have gone through it. There's no more. I hate that. Now I have to wait for the next season. I went through 3 seasons in like 3 days. Any suggestions for any good non-scary things to binge watch down below would be great. Not huge into fantasies, so nothing fantasy-like. But if you can think of anything like that, that would be great. I've heard good things about Ted Lasso. I tried to start watching it this morning, and so far I'm going to keep going because it wins all the awards. I mean, that's what I kept thinking about The Morning Show. It kept winning awards, and I thought, okay, there's got to be something here about this. So that's what I hear about Ted Lasso. So I know I gotta try a little harder. I had to do that with Schitt's Creek. The first couple of episodes, I thought, what is this? And now, oh my goodness, I loved that show. I can watch it from beginning to end, over and over, at least once a year, if not twice a year. I think it's just such a warm and inclusive, and I just loved what they did with that show. Anyhow, I could go on and on about Schitt's Creek, but I won't. Now, you might be thinking, hold on, what did you do? Yes, like I said, I got to work. I was feeling sorry for myself, and I just thought, I'm not even going to think about my eyes. I'm just going to plow through this, even with sore eyes. And so I kept looking over fabrics. I don't know why I keep worrying about that, because it's not going to show once the book is bent. So I need to stop obsessing about that. I did something I seldom do. But for here, since I want the lace to be the fortification for the spine, but it wouldn't be strong enough. and I wanted something quick, something easy. I was looking over all my fabrics that might go with it, and the fabrics kept overtaking the lace. And so then I seldom do this, but since the book was thin enough, the cover was thin enough to fit under the arm of my sewing machine, I used Librarian's bookbinder tape. This is really terrible stuff. Normally I would not recommend it, book repair tape. It really doesn't stick. It leaves a mucky mess underneath, and it's not only is it a temporary fix for books, but it when it has to be fixed again, when you pull it up, it just leaves a horrible mess underneath. But I don't intend for it ever to be pulled up, hence I also glued it, and hence I sewed it down. So, and then I'm also going to glue down this lace and sew it as well. So it will never see the light of day ever again. So it worked well for what I needed. I use it in circumstances like that. I would never use this. I would never recommend book repair tape to bind a to fortify or even rebind the spine of a book, except in this case. I hope that makes sense. As ever, ask away down below if you're wondering, what's she talking about? She's not recommending this thing that she used. Well, I am recommending it as long as you use other things to be your backup to make it hold, and as long as you don't ever intend for it to get peeled off and the underneath to see the light of day again, which I don't. So I've already glued it underneath here. I'm going to put the text block back inside. And then I'm going to use my little desk holder upper thing to hold this up. Now I think I need probably my brick would be better, but this is here, so I'll use this. My bricks right now are holding up my laptop. I'm still dealing with the putting things away from changing my room around, hating it, and changing it back around again. So we're going to now, let's see, I want to make this as best as you can see it while I can still see it. So I had a near calamity this morning, and I'm sure my mother was watching over me. Or maybe she was watching her over her sewing machine and yelling at me the whole time because I sent her my sewing machine crashing to the ground, and I thought, well, that's it for that machine. That's how it meets its end. And boy, it started back up again when I went to try this. Obviously it hit something, and the tension needs to be adjusted, but that's on the underside. I'm not going to worry about it. I just wanted a little extra oomph to hold those ends down. So now I'm going to paste down this lace. Well, glue it down. make sure that I've got it even Steven. Good. Oh, I forgot. My rock is still there. Yes, so my sewing machine, thank you sewing machine, thank you Mom, started up again. So yeah, Harry Rice lived in town, came from a big family, and ran a hardware store in town. So I'll have to maybe go over to we've got the tiniest little museum in our town. But they're very helpful over there, so I may go over and find out where this museum was. He was born in 1860 something, because, and also it says here that he took this course. I still haven't found out what the BAB college is in Toronto. I'm sure one of those B's stands for business, accounting and business. The better accounting and business, I don't know. I've tried all kinds of names and nothing's coming up. He didn't get married until he was 61. It said bachelor. I expected it to say widower. When I found a wet marriage for him, I thought, oh, it's going to say widower. And it said bachelor, and his sweet little wife, it said spinster. So I hope they found love for their last few years. Looks like they had a few years together. Before they ended up in the cemetery down the road where I'll be one day. We've actually got we've got several cemeteries in town, quite a few pioneer cemeteries that aren't burying anymore, but we do have one cemetery that is still got plenty of room in it. I intend to be taking up space down there someday. Not soon. But hubby and I, that's where we'll go get buried. We thought about, my husband's family is from a little town up north, up near Balsam Lake, called Kirkfield. And his mother's side of the family, my goodness, half the people buried in the Lakeview Cemetery are related to my mother-in-law, which is kind of cool. My frustrating thing in researching her family tree is that area was farmed originally by Irish and Scottish immigrants. So, and of course her father is Catholic Irish, and her grandfather was Catholic Irish, and her grandmother was Scottish, last name Bell. And the frustrating part was there was a large family of many, many, many Bells who came and settled the area. And yeah, that's going to work well. And the next setback, so his grandmother, Margaret Bell, her parents, I still haven't figured out whether they were related to each other or not, but they both had the last name Bell. So who knows? Very common back then for cousins to marry each other. So I don't know. I'm only going to put glue on the black part, but I am going to do stitching with some off-white thread and stitch down the other part of the lace. And the interesting thing, I love small world things. I might just put a little bit of glue along this lace here, but just very lightly with sort of some leftover glue. Is the land that my first father-in-law lived on Balsam Lake was owned by my second husband's ancestors. So that's kind of a cool small world thing where in a very weird way I was sort of related to both owners of that piece of land up on Balsam Lake. A lot of happy memories up there. So I'm just going to pat it because that glue, this lace is so thin, it is going to come through, but it won't. And yes, it's the shiny glue, but it's going to glue the best because it's fabric to fabric. But I don't believe it will show that much because there is such a pattern to the lace. And then I'm going to do a zigzag down here with my still working sewing machine. Wahoo! There we go. So I'm not listening to so many podcasts now. I can watch television quite comfortably. And I can watch some videos, YouTube videos on the TV, but not on my laptop, which is usually where I prefer to watch YouTube videos, is on my laptop, so that if I want to make a remark, I can, a comment. And I also like using my laptop because I like to be able to reply to the comments left on that you guys leave, and I have to sort of wait until I'm having a good eye. It comes and goes, the stinging of my eyes from the from all the different drops that I put in them. And if I'm having a moment where they don't feel too badly and Dan's not looking, I will go on there and reply to your comments. Otherwise, he'll say, "What are you doing on your laptop?" Because it really does. I do feel they do hurt after I've been on the laptop. There. Well, I hope you're all doing well. Miserable weather. Our weather can't decide whether it wants to snow or rain, or the wind keeps blowing through. So windy that it will wake me up in the night. The whooshing and blowing and all that noise going on outside. There, that's nice. Oh, there we go. What are you doing? I put too much there. There. Now I'm going to have to leave that be and let it dry, but that looks nice. And that's going to look nice. I was tempted, of course, as you can tell, there's no way I could save this. And I was tempted to put this back in. But I'm not sure I want to anymore. It'll go back in the book, but I'm not sure I feel like it for a... My brain is just mush today. For end papers. Thank you. All right, so let's let this dry. I'm just going to sort of put it upright and put it out of the way and let it dry. And let me just take a peek at our little history of all nations. Oh, I found this. I've been saving this price tag. I forget what I got it off of, but you can see that whatever it was 25 cents. So I've been saving it to put it on the book. Still. Sorry, I can just still see a little ledge from the craft knife. But I want it down. Boy, I'm almost done. My eyes have almost said they've had enough. I'll be back up later today, but I won't turn the camera on. There we go. So I played around with maybe putting some tags and tickets in behind. And I'm still not sure. So I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to attach this because I'm still not sure. So I think what I'm going to do, how are we for time? Well, we're only at 23 minutes, but I really do think I'm going to finish up here and wait for the other one to dry so I can sew it with my sewing machine that's thankfully still working. Thank you, Mom. And I'll make a decision. I'll play around with this a bit more and see if I feel like putting some, as if some tickets and things got tucked in behind. Because they're both going to be all sorts books. One will just be bigger than the other. So we'll see. Anyhow, thanks for joining me today. And I didn't put on my, because of all the moving around, I still haven't plugged some things in. So my my microphone is not charged. So hopefully you can hear me or heard me okay. And next time I promise to get my microphone up and running and everything plugged in and charged. And oh, you can see here I've got Harry Rice's templates ready. Oh, golly, that brain is just really taking its time finding words. I was so tempted to use this on this cover, but it's not going to happen. Maybe Harry will get this. We'll see. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you're safe and sound wherever you are. Everybody's getting a ton of rain right now, which is really weird for where we live. We should be getting a ton of snow, and we're just getting a ton of rain. So I hope you're safe. and fine. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.